Popping sounds as I move my mic. Sending bits. Why does it say I'm offline? Why indeed? It says I'm offline. I need to like refresh. Yeah, I'm not offline. I don't know why it said I'm offline. Definitely not offline. Quality auto. No, not quality auto. There we go. Okay, good. Good. Hello. Just my camera. Hey there, Stripe Monkey. How are you doing? Hey, so you were here a couple days ago. You might notice that there are a few changes. So I need to change this command because I'm no longer on Ubuntu 22 with xfce edit com os. So I am now on 24. Actually, what am I exactly? Etsy issue, right? 4.3. And this is GNOME, I believe. And Wayland. It does look weird. Everything else is the same. I hope that by weird, you just mean that the sidebar is different and then the corner is different. I guess that's how you, in the latest, I created a workspace there. How the workspace navigator works. This button's the same, I think. Yeah, so I basically made a new VM with the latest Ubuntu, and I just accepted the default. So instead of XFCE, it's GNOME, I guess. And I'm hoping that with this new VM, I don't have the same problems of the mouse dead zones that I've been having. I don't know if how much have I mentioned it last stream, but I now have a multi-workspace setup. So hosted and plugin are both two different Rust workspaces. And the way they differ, I select and then compare. The plugin one has a Lua plugin and doesn't have the GUI or its direct like GUI related stuff. And this is so that the Lua plugin and the GUI can use different configurations of mLua. So I am doing this through a .code-workspace. This is how I have it set up. I added this yesterday, and I think this is much cleaner than having sim links from these two folders to the root. So now root is how I can get to the root folder, including my to-do list. And it now works better with to-do. So it can actually find my to-do items. Whereas when I had sim links to the top from the other two folders, it just confused to-do. I think it was actually recursing. So that's better now. And so whenever I'm in root, it's mostly to get to the root files. But otherwise, I'll either be working in the hosted workspace or the plugin workspace. And I think tonight it's mostly going to be in the hosted, because I updated actually on all the platforms in the VM, in the new VM, and on my laptop and on my Mac Studio. I updated the latest Rust, and I noticed I have a whole bunch of warnings now. So here's one of them. And this is a new thing. So there's hiding of a lifetime that's alighted elsewhere is confusing. So this is a new thing in Rust 1.89, which is what I just updated to. And hey there, Deb with Ricardo. The Stripe Monkey said, looks fine, just different. Yeah. If you were to say it looks weird as in there's something wrong with the stream, then I'd want to investigate. So yeah, I need to fix a bunch of these new warnings that came with Rust 1.89. That's one of them. Oh, and this is the other one. It now, I think because of the Clippy, say here, I don't know if it's Clippy in general or because I have the verbose stuff turned on. I guess it's in general. Now that we can combine if lets with normal ifs, now it will warn you if it can be collapsed. So I have a bunch of those I have to get to. You don't religiously do Rust update every day? No, not really. If I can get bored at work, I'll do it. And if I think about it, I'll do it. But this is one of the consequences of doing Rust update is, especially since for Clippy I'm doing the nightly build. No, not Clippy. For the formatter, I'm using, where is it? I guess I can't show it here. I have it in my root folder of the entire drive, so all the way at the home. I'm using unstable features, so I have to do it with the nightly build. So if I'm not careful and I do Rust update like on stream or right before the stream, I could actually break my formatter, conceivably. Well, this is old. I should probably update this. I think I have a newer one on my laptop. I just don't have it here on the VM. Anyway, first order of business. Let's go through and fix all these warnings. Yeah, so at first this confused me, and I was reading about this last night. There's a whole explanation about this. It's basically saying newcomers and experts alike can get confused about elided lifetimes. So you might say, like, I don't see any lifetimes here. It's because this one has a lifetime that's elided. It actually goes into this ref because ref actually has a lifetime and we're eliding it. So it's basically telling me I should either name it or give it the default, and then here too, to reinforce the fact that, did I do that right? Or is it just taking a while to update? Oh, I didn't hit save. Wait. Save isn't working? Save just took a long time. New VM and all that, you know? So it basically wants there to be something explicit there, but you can elide the name. It just doesn't want you to elide the namespace. So it basically wants you to say that, where did that come from? Oh, it came from there. You like your taskbar tiny, non-intrusive at the bottom of the top, too custom to that? Well, this is the default. I guess I could move it to the bottom, but then I'd have to move my camera up. I kind of, maybe I should just hide this. That would be in like the settings, right? It would be nice if like it was hidden by default. Where do we think this might be? Desktop? Auto hide the dock. Hey, there we go. We got some real estate back. Now if I move over here, I think I get it back, right? How do I get it back? Click there. So if I click there, I'll get it. Yeah, there we go. I kind of agree now. Now that you mentioned it, I read what you said. Fled from nowhere. I think I agree with you. You don't have to do anything. No. I when I think about it, I want to maximize the area for you guys to see, and that having that bar there, I feel like it's sort of like not very useful for chat, right? The only thing I do still not sure what to do is this area, because I want to show chat, but I also like don't want to reserve it completely. Like I could do this and like size it to fit chat and have size it to reserve the area for chat, and then I'd have to change the background so that it doesn't obscure the chat in the corner here. But see, this kind of it makes me feel like I'm squashed into the side of my own screen. But if I do that, yeah, so I'm kind of conflicted because I don't want to hide what's underneath from chat, but then chat gets in, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just configure the chat window to not have a transparent background. It's just that you guys will never see anything in that area other than chat. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm not totally convinced on what I want to do there. Okay, this one, I think I can just follow the, whoops. Wait, my shortcut key isn't working. Delete that. I don't know how that happened. Okay, I thought I had my keys set up right, but now it's not working. At least the undo key works. Okay, I'm having trouble with my keyboard here. See, that is not supposed to type any key. Do I just like reload maybe? Yeah, okay. Need to reopen it, I think. Okay, my keys got swapped around. See that? Wait, then that's weird. Then what's... It's supposed to be command or control dot, but command dot is doing nothing right now. And control dot is doing, it's putting an E with an underscore under it. Which I don't understand. So I thought I copied my settings over, but I guess I didn't. Oh wait, hold on. It might actually be the way I have the VM shortcut set up. Hold on. That might be one setting I forgot to switch. Yeah, control dot. I think my VM is actually overall has a setting that's overriding it. So let me look at that. Where was that? Like, I'm using parallels, so now I just have to remember where that's set up. Is it actions keyboard customize? Yes. Oh, the shortcut settings are the same on the two machines. Yeah, I wonder what I did. Hey, look what I can do. I can, if I do this right, flip to the other one. You can see the other VM. And I want to see, did I just, is the keyboard state screwed up, or did I, is there some difference between these two VMs? Well, are we in? We're in draw. One, right? Yes. Well, this one doesn't have, I didn't do rust up update on this one, so it's not going to give me a squiggly character. Anyway, let that load. Flip back. I have to fix this. I have to at least know what the key is. Something dot, right? I don't think I overrode it. Oh, here it is. Meta dot quick fix. So the key I'm hitting must not be interpreted as meta. I don't know what that did. See, it's whatever I'm hitting, it's putting an E with an underscore above it. If I hit it again, it goes away. I don't understand that. I have a feeling it's a Ubuntu shortcut, actually. So maybe meta dot is overridden. What would it be? I like type the meta in here. Oh, it's this thing. Okay, so what is it? Typing? Super space. Okay, it's not one of those. Super? Is it called super instead of meta? What if I just hit dot? Oh. There's no, it's not called meta. Control? I don't see it anywhere. What language is this? Well, right now I'm trying to fix my keyboard shortcuts, but this is Rust. Hey there, Rally Monkey. I set up a new VM for the stream, and the key that I have bound for quick fix, the meta plus, isn't working. It's doing something else. It's actually doing nothing, and if I hit control dot, it does that instead. It puts E with an underbar under it. I'm not sure what that is. Trying to figure out what I did wrong. There's no keyboard shortcuts in Ubuntu for the dot. So what is it? So if I type in space here, yeah, okay, so it's weird. It can't search for things with space or space. It's not showing me them. Actually, I guess it is. It is doing that. Okay, I don't know what it is. Maybe I just remap it to something else right now. What if I just turn it back to Control Plus for now? So that would just be take the defaults away, right? Actually, that's exactly what I want anyway. Okay, whatever. Collapse nested block. Yeah, so you can do this now in Rust. You couldn't do it before, and now if you don't do it, you get a warning. My cat just did something naughty. I didn't lose the stream, right? He just pulled out the network cable. All right. Anyway, yeah, cat being naughty. I think she jumped down from where the window is, and like on her way down, she snagged the network cable. Still here. Good. I think what it is in this VM, my control and super keys are swapped. Just weird that that happens, but if I flip over to the other VM here, weird. It just acts differently, and I don't know. I must have missed something that I set up differently on this guy. We can go ahead and close the old one. Yeah, I'm really just chasing these down and fixing them. Wait. What did it have me do there? This if can be collapsed. Okay. I picked picking the wrong one. I want to do collapse the if. This one. No, this one. There we go. I guess it had another suggestion. That's something that it could do for me. And if that can be collapsed. Okay, hiding a lifetime until lighted. That's because header column hit has lifetimes. So here and the right key here. Alt? There we go. Actually, I can't do multi because this actually needs braces first. Now I can do multi-cursor. All right. Fix this one. Another alighted right hand. Like Rose has an alighted lifetime. Took me a second to figure out that there needs to be a space there. Okay, another collapsible if. It's thinking on this one. The little bar, it's like thinking. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Took it a while to figure out what I wanted. Now we're going through these at light speed. Another, okay, this can be doubly collapsed? Weird. Or it didn't do it the first time, or it was two levels of collapsing that it ended up doing. That looks a little strange, but I think I'll just live with that. Ooh, a lighted lifetime. Here we go. There and there. Collapsible if. And again. Weird. I didn't realize I had like multiple levels here. Wait, what? There we go. You gave me the wrong suggestion there for a moment. I guess it really depends on where you put the cursor when you do that. Fight the power, kitty. I know. Fight the network cable. $12 left. Another alighted lifetime. Oh, weird. I expected it to put it onto the next line, but it's not. It must be just short enough to not go to the next line. Oh, here's something weird that happens when I broke it between the hosted and plugin workspaces. The common files will be flagged with errors when Rust Analyzer goes through the hosted, and I'm changing it there, but if it won't update the one on the plugin side. So this is an old lint. If I just hit save here on the plugin side, now all the warnings go away. because it triggered another rescan or Clippy run in the plugin workspace. So that's why that happened. Okay, cool. So I should probably just make sure that this everything builds. So while it's building, I think I'll talk about what I wanted to do next. So I think I want to push towards getting the image viewer integrated into the main GUI. And I want it to be driven by Lua script that's embedded in the format language. So I want to be able to embed script into formats. And then I want to execute those in the GUI whenever the user clicks on a node that has an attached script. And then I want the script to be able to open up a details panel and put something there. And in order to put the right image there, the script is going to need to be able to get the color table and the image to draw. And to do that, I might have to put some extra code, so to speak, in the format for GIF to keep the palette updated. So if you're here and you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, so this is the GUI for my tool, which is a programmable parser. And you put in a file and it shows you like a hex dump of it on the left. And on the right, it's showing you what it figured out about the file based off of the format that you told it. So the formats, I have to remember to use the other shift key, are described in a language that looks like this. So a GIF format has a header, logical screen, data blocks, and a trailer. So that should match what you see here. Header, logical screen, data blocks, and a trailer. There's 21 data blocks. That works because data is inside a loop. And there's other weird syntax here, like plus UI means look ahead as an unsigned integer, something named next, make it 8 bits long. So basically look ahead 8 bits, interpret it as an unsigned integer, and store it in this local variable called next. And then we see, well, if it's 3B, then we break out. We're breaking out because 3B is the byte that you have at as the trailer, which is here. So we kind of parse the trailer twice. We parse it once because we don't know if it might be the trailer or not. And then if we see, oh, it's the trailer, then we have to actually have a flow control thing to break out of this loop. And then we parse it a second time, the official parsing of it, which doesn't look ahead. If I search for it, and my keys are swapped, I need to figure that out. Here's the official parsing of the trailer, and I actually even have a invariant check here saying it better be 3B, otherwise we expected a trailer there. So this language I came up with, inspired by the MPEG standards, the way they describe their formats, MPEG 4 in particular, and I'm using a couple crates. Yeah, Lua is part of this project. I should probably update my stream title to be Rust/Lua, because I'm kind of now mixing both, aren't I? Anyway, because I made my own language, I need to have a compiler for that language, and I'm using two big crates, Lollipop and Logos. And those aren't the only crates in Rust to help you do this, but they are ones that work, and I kind of like them. So you define your language's grammar using, what's the wrong file? I want the grammar.lollipop. You describe the language in using grammar rules in the Lollipop format. So it kind of looks like Rust, but it's not exactly. Like each syntax rule, so to speak, looks like a match, and but it's not exactly the same. It doesn't have the match keyword in here, and basically this is saying that to reduce the input to a list of formats which has this type, when you reduce it, you follow one of these rules. And one is that you have no tokens, so you have empty formats. Or you might have an existing formats and you have another one after that. So this just takes the previous formats and inserts the next one into it and then returns it. So it's like building it. And when you have something like this where you have lots of formats after each other, you're gonna start with this rule, and then you're gonna start, and then that returns a formats that then fits there, and then if you fit that and fit that, it reduces as this, and so this, you continue to match that rule until you have no more tokens, and then this final map would be the formats. And we have a third match here for if you have a special kind of error from the lexer, so that we can get some more info out of it. There's some arcana here about capturing the start and the end positions in the original file, so that we can say, hey, the syntax error is on line 7, column 30, or whatever. So that's Lollipop. This makes more sense if you've studied compilers or if you've done Yak or Bison. It's very similar. It's taking all of this and sort of matching it with the syntax and giving me whatever I asked it to give, which in this case, it's a hash map from strings to formats, and a format is name, arguments, and statements. Anyway, it sort of proceeds from there. That's Lollipop. The other one creator uses Logos. So Logos lets you define how to turn like the individual characters of your language into tokens. So a token would be like one reserved word, like if is one token, loop is one token, or it could be a string, or it could be a number, right? One thing that means something in your grammar. So like, for example, down here when I have like let's find the addition. So like this is the rule that reduces when you do like 1 + 1 or 2 + 2, right? It's some expression plus some other expression, and we're reducing it, and then if you go all the way to the bottom, one kind of expression is just a literal integer, signed, unsigned, or decimal, right? So each of these is one token. So an entire number, no matter how long the number is in characters, has to match one token, and that's how that's what the lexer, or in this case the logos crate is what I use to make a lexer. It's giving me rules on how to like either use regular expressions or just matching words, plain words, and mapping that to individual tokens. So think about it as 2 steps. Your program starts off as a bunch of lines, and each line has a bunch of characters, and that gets chewed up by what's called a lexer, and you get a string of output tokens, and that's what this is defining how to do. And that input set of tokens is then fed into a parser generator, which is taking all the tokens and trying to match these rules wherever it can. And if it'll succeed if you have no syntax errors, and when it does, you get whatever your top level root rule reduces to. In this case, it's a big map. So when I'm talking about mixing Rust with Lua, because all this so far is Rust. Like even though we're pulling in like a custom like parser generator language, it's still Rust-like. Where I'm going to try to mix Rust with Lua is anything that needs to be automated in a way that I don't want to have to rebuild the tool. It's really convenient to do it in a scripting language, and I really like Lua for this. So, for example, this is some Lua script that can basically do what the user is doing by clicking around in here, only in an automated fashion. So like, for example, if I wanted to get to this image, there it is, and I wanted to see how big it is, I'd go and say, oh, it's 112 by 112, right? And like, okay, well, that's the image, but those are lookups to a palette table. So where's the palette? Well, that's probably either a local color table, and this says there isn't one. If it's not local, it's global, and that's under logical screen. And oh, there it is. There's a local color table. There are 256 entries, and there they are, right? So there's the RGB values for everything in the palette. So that's what this script is doing. This is just opening the files. So this is compiling, like I was just talking about, compiling the formats, which again was looking like that, right? Compiling all this stuff. The mouse wheel is sort of laggy for some reason. Compiling those and then opening our input file. So it's this. Do I have that window open? I thought I did, but I guess I closed it. Just to show you what that file really is. I should keep this one open so I don't have to keep navigating back to it. So it's this animated GIF file. So it's Pepe with you sliding across the screen, right? So this is loading that into the, and then this is telling it to actually use these formats to parse this file, and you get this data structure out, the GIF. And that's exactly what I get here in the main program, only now we have it in a form that is accessible to Lua. And I have what I call the bridge, which is bridging between Rust and Lua, and it's basically a Lua plugin. That's what we're requiring here. So it gives you Lua types, like user data types, and Lua methods of those that call back into Rust. So that's a Lua call that translates to a Rust call. And whenever we index, that's a meta method in Lua called the index method, and that's calling a Rust indexer. So basically, the automation is all the things that you don't want to have to do by hand. So figuring out the color table, finding the image, finding its width and height, getting the pixels out, and then finally, like saying, I want to draw those pixels on the screen using an image viewer class, which I've been working on for several weeks now, and show that on the screen in a window. So to show you what that actually does when I run it, I have that set up here. So boom, I only had to type Lua view.lua, ran my script, and it did exactly the same as this. You know, it got the file in, it parsed it, and then it extracted the information out here. Only it did it in an automated fashion. So we ended up with that. And what I'm going to try to work towards now in the upcoming streams is this. I want to be like a detail view that fits in down here, so that when you click on the actual image here, I want that actually show that roughly there on the screen. And so that if you go to like another image and click it, it would show you the next frame. And this has got some cool features, like there's a little magnifying glass, and you can zoom in and you can scroll around, and it shows you what row and column you're on. And the string that is showing in the magnifier is actually not hard coded. It is a callback to the script. Yes, I use Linux. I have an OS command for that. I just updated the version of Ubuntu, and I actually moved from XFCE X11 to GNOME Wayland to try to get rid of this annoying mouse issue I've been having on stream. So yeah, what I've been working towards to merge these two together is in the configuration file that you open in the GUI. I had formats in the root format, and now I'm adding scripts. So right now the script is very simple. Lua, this one. It just says, hello, it's a Lua script, and it tells the host that whenever a new data is parsed, to call this function. And that function is just saying, well, it's either you closed one or you opened one, and if you'd opened one, it gets to borrow the top level data. So in this case, we know it's GIF, so we should expect to be able to see the logical screen descriptor, and from that we can extract the width and the height, and we can actually print what it is. So when I ran the main GUI here, it actually printed that right here. So that's all that the integration is so far. So the next level, I think, is that in, oops, I accidentally changed that. In the GIF format itself, I want to be able to put Lua, mix Lua in here somehow. And I had an idea, yeah, like right here. Because when you click on the things, like when you click on one of these rows, you're selecting a data component, a node, right? And either I want to see either if you click on image data, or maybe if you just click on the top level data block, like one of these. Every time you click on a rendering block, I wanted to actually call some Lua script and have that Lua script extract the image and show it in a little details panel. So starting with the image data, which is, you have to go down one level, and here's the image data. I want to be where if I click that and I have some script here, it runs it. So that's the challenge. I think I'm going to start very basic. I'm going to try to introduce the syntax for this and just have it, instead of showing the detail, we'll just have it say hello world. We'll just have it say print hello world. This is this greeting came from Lua. Okay. So one thing I'm wondering about is, let's say like we wanted to know in the script here how to reference the image data or maybe other variables. I need to figure out a way to do that. But right now, it's just gonna execute whatever's inside this delimited block. The one challenge I have is that this doesn't exist as a token yet. And if it did, I don't want this to be tokenized at all. I want it to be preserved. So I'm thinking this is gonna be a special case of string, like that. So I want this to be one huge token that's just tunneled through the language, and then we'll have it so that that this is something optional you can have. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll do that. So if you have one of these script tokens instead of a semicolon, it replaces the semicolon and allows you allows me to put the script right there in the node, so that when you click it over here, oh yeah, I broke it because it's the syntax error right now. But imagine that if I click on image data, then it would find, hey, there's a script with that node. Let me run it. Okay, so first task is I just broke it because I introduced the syntax that doesn't make sense. And it says, indeed, it says error parsing the formats, less than unexpected. And I think my face is on top of that, so you can't see it. But it saw this less than right there, and it said, like, I don't know what the hell you mean. Like, there's not supposed to be a less than right now. So I could fix it by putting a semicolon back there and hiding all this stuff, and it will build again. And we can get back to our data, right? But yeah, ultimately, I think I want it to look like this. So let's try to get this to work. Actually, I'm gonna do it with test-driven development. So rather than doing that change yet, we'll go back to making this work. I'll set up a unit test for this, and I'll do it from the lexer up, so to speak. So let's go to where this is done in the lexer. The mouse wheel is sort of weird in this VM. I have to train myself not to use the VM so much. Lexer is here. So it's got its own tests somewhere. I think it's here in lib. Yeah, here we go. Bunch of tests, right? So I think the tests are just huge bundles of test cases. And string is actually pretty close to what I want, right? Because ultimately I want a different kind of string. So I think I'm just going to take maybe just one of these cases here and duplicate this. And we're going to call this one script. And the test case is going to be like this I don't know, print hello. There's semicolons in Lua, right? Or no, there aren't. So this needs to be interpreted as one token called token script. And its contents will be literally everything in between the delimiters. So it's going to be this. And this is just, I need to name it. I guess this is, I don't even really need it to make a multi-test case, do I? Just make it a normal test. I'll leave a test case because then we might have some special cases where we want to escape things. We'll just call this like script or typical. That will make it become a test case called test script typical. Oh, and I'm in the wrong place. I'm in root. I don't want to be here. Don't go in root. Go in hosted lexer. Because if it's in the root, not hosted, it won't. A Rust analyzer won't be there to help me with this stuff. So it won't even build yet because token script doesn't exist. So we have to actually make that. This should be parsing script. So yes, and I need to make sure that this is correct. I think like from string, it's the number of characters, right? So like this example is just one character, right? Should be 0, 1. Yeah. So how many characters? Yeah, the mouse wheel is not working so well in the VM. One, actually, I can just highlight this and it says 16 selected, so that means that this should say 16. Okay, so I need to make a token script for this to build because it'll tell me. Oh, that's broken. I need to do this. There we go. So it's expected expression. Why is it saying expected expression? I actually don't know why it says that, but it might be because we're in the middle of a big macro. I'm gonna guess that it's just trying to tell me. Oh, there we go. No variant or associated item name script bound for enum token. So we gotta add it. Why don't we just add it down here? So this is you can put it right above scripts, I guess. So this is like embedded scripts. Embedded scripting. Script statements. Or just embedded script. We're not going to use that crazy regular expression, so I don't need to attribute anyone. We do want to match multi-line strings. So I think it's going to be just less than bracket, and then anything that's not greater than, followed by a bracket. How do we do that? Actually, why don't we just make it greedy? If I just keep it greedy, that'll work, right? And I need to, oh, I need to put it inside the parenthesis question mark colon. Dot, right? Let me think about this. I think that's what I would do. Okay, and we're gonna call, actually I don't think I need to have, this is like an optional callback. I don't think I need that, do I? Maybe I do. Everything else does. Where does that go? Okay, it's just gonna be something simple, so why don't we just make room for it right now, script. So it just takes the slice, the current slice, and turns it into a string. Then this is script string. All right, and then this is going to say that I didn't cover the script arm, so we need to cover that. So I'm just going to go down where it has string and then copy paste. Oh, what did I just do? Weird. Okay, I think the what is it? Select next. The super D is being overridden by Ubuntu. That could fix that. That's probably a Ubuntu keyboard shortcut, right? This one. Just need to turn that one off, I think. It's okay. It's just laggy. So look for super D. Actually, I can just look for super. Control super D. Well, that's weird. How come it's not there? Well, it's like navigation. Huh. Definitely doing something, right? It was not hiding. Whoops, I closed it and didn't want to do that. Super H is hiding a window, so what is it? Workspace? I don't see Super D anywhere. Weird. Anyway, figured this out later. What is that doing? It's like toggling between, I think it's hiding the window actually. But then it's bringing back, I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out later. Okay, self script, that is not defined yet. So I need to define that in my token library. So have that as a very special target. Shouldn't be these target folders. Clean that up later. But anyway, token should be here. I just need to add it. Embedded script. So this should teach the lexer how to turn it into a big token. We don't have a grammar rule for it though, so what's the problem now? Enum takes one argument, but two were supplied. Oh, it's this because of this needs to be escaped. Probably. Yep, that was it. All right. It is technically a Mac, but the Mac is hosting a virtual machine which is running Linux. All right. It will fail because what did I do wrong? It says it's an illegal token. So that tells me that my regular expression isn't matching that, right? Okay, so I must have got this regular expression wrong. Oh, I don't have the brace in front of that. There we go. What's wrong with it now? Oh, that's has special meaning. I have to escape that one. Double escape? I think it's double escape, right? I don't remember. Maybe not. Just single escape? Here we go. What? I think this is double escape because actually I don't remember why. Oh, because the R doesn't, even with R, you still have to escape the backslashes, right? Am I wrong? Am I right about that? I don't remember. I don't see. This is I'm terrible at regular expressions. Let's just see if that worked. Nope, still not right. It's still probably calling it an illegal token. Okay, well, maybe I have to figure it out. I have this in there so that we get an argument to pass to script. I think if I didn't do that, if I just did dot that, it will not like. No, it did work. Huh. But it's still not going to run, right? This still says it's an illegal token. Basically, if it gets down to this, where is it? Where is a legal token interpreted? I think illegal token is if it doesn't match anything at all here. So it's not matching this. How did I do? Okay, I see. I was gonna ask like, how did I do the actual symbols? And it was with token instead of regex. Okay, I gotta figure this out. Oh, I'm missing this. That what I was missing all along, and no one said anything. Woohoo! No, it's still a legal token. Maybe that. See, it doesn't like me doing that. The decimal. Okay, so it thinks that this is a repetition one, but it's. Do I need to escape it twice? Okay, maybe that is. Maybe that's why. Oh, we got further. It thought it was a less than left brace. So it's not interpreting. Oh, I see. We have to move the rule up. It has to match first before it matches less than, because it matches in order. So I have to move this above the symbols, I think. Yeah, let's try it now. No, it's still interpreting it as less than. Trying to implement a fuzzer for your iCalendar? Okay, no problem. You know what? I think here's a test. I just comment these out. I bet it goes back to thinking it's a less than. It actually needs a variant. Oh, right. I have to comment this one out. Yeah. Comment that one out. Wait, there's still an error? That's an old. Oh, it says it in root. Oh, we're in the wrong place. Be over here. I'm accidentally opening up the one from the wrong folder. Yeah. Okay. I'm guessing this goes back to saying it's Yeah, less than. So I think it actually was almost working before. It just, regular expression wasn't matching right. Wait, what? Be derived from enums. What do I do? Guess we're gonna undo a few times. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I'm guessing that this was sort of, this made it close. Is it going into, I wonder if it's going into here and it's not getting slice. Whoops, how did I get there? I don't know. What did I do? Weird. So this doesn't return an error. It always returns something. I don't know. Do I need to escape those tokens? Go around assertions are not current. What? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So if I just do that, doesn't like it. Oh, again, I hit some kind of weird thing. So this needs to be escaped. And that's sufficient? An illegal token. Oh, do I have that? Is that my problem? Had it wrong the whole time? Yes. Thank you, Scratcher. So I had it right all along, just my test case was broken? No, it's something else. There's something else going on here. Do I need that in there? I don't think I do because, like, for example, the really basic regex here. I can't click on it because I think that because of its being an error. Yeah, we can always get the slice. Actually, I think I do need to get rid of the delimiters. Like this is getting rid of delimiters, right? Probably string is too. String is more complicated though. Needs to be refactored. Yeah, it's already skipping one. While I'm at it, why don't I just do, I basically want this, right? How do you do a slice? I guess you'd have to do like 2 to, well, do this, right? Then make that slice, the slice dot len minus 2. Wrong with that? Don't need to borrow. That's how to turn the first 2 off and the last 2 off, right? I think that might be a 3. I think that's right. Anyway, that's not the real problem. I think still my regular expression is wrong. Do I need to read up on regular expressions again? Like, why did I have 3 backslashes there instead of 1? Oh, that's 1 backslash, and then backslash r backslash n, and that's 1 backslash. Okay, so then this should be correct, right? 1, that's an escaped character, that's another escaped character. Am I not accounting for it in the length? This is the whole thing, so this lane will be the whole length minus 2, right? So let's say it was 10 characters. So this will go from 2 to 8. Isn't that what we want? Because it's slicing the it's slicing the original slice, the subslice. I think that's right. Legal token. Okay, what if I temporarily like use a character I haven't used before, like at? Just to eliminate that as a suspect. I don't think I'm using at anywhere. Let's see what I get now. No, it just says a legal token. Do I need to say not at? No, it's still a legal token. In fact, there's 2 illegal tokens. I don't know. Well, that's interesting. It thinks that that is 1, and then that's another 1. Start sprinkling debug everywhere? Yeah, but right now it's a regular expression. That's the problem. I mean, I guess I can go in here and do dbg here, see if it's getting here. Yeah, see, it's never even getting there. Let's leave that in. Maybe that symbol means something in regex, and I need to escape it. Oh. Arg. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Hmm. What if I just do that? Just that symbol. Oh, we got to the DBG. Okay, we got a little bit further. So what if I then do that? No, it doesn't like that at all. The moment it doesn't like this part at all. How about if I do a dot? Wait, was that was there the whole time? I didn't notice. Was that it? Was that the problem? Not seeing it. Okay, I think that was it. So then that is the right one. Okay, so getting close. So it's cutting 2 off because the characters aren't right. So now let me change it to, let's just change it to that to start with. It doesn't, maybe it's because it doesn't like me reusing that character because it's listed as a token down here. Right? Or wait, it should be actually that, right? Okay, getting closer. So it's okay with that. Now to add the brace. Actually, before we do that, let me do what I was trying to do, which was a. Is it because I can't do a greedy? Maybe that's not how you do a greedy match. Maybe you have to do what is it? A not greedy? Non-greedy parsing currently unsupported. Okay. Okay, that. Just put it back the way I wanted it. Then I just have to do something else for that. So like. Previous regex should have worked. Well, I think the problem with this is that it's matching the rest of the input. And then it's saying, well, then it doesn't match because this is greedy. Does that make sense? Like it's too greedy. This is where I was breakout regex 101. Can I do that? Is that... I don't know how to set that up to match what Rust regular expressions are. Like which one of these do... Oh, there we have Rust. There we go. So maybe this is what I should have been doing all along. Rust standard lib have regex, so you need some kind of crate. I think this is, I think Logos is using the regex crate. is matching. So this is matching. Now it doesn't match. Now it matches again. So maybe it's not exactly a Rust regex after all? Because this says it's illegal token, so it's like not matching. Let's make it not ampersand and then end in an ampersand. So now it's working. It's just when you do this is like this matches one character. I can't make it match two characters, can I? Unless there's like a negative look ahead of some kind. So I can say like anything but a less than, but how do I say I guess we can have two expressions here. Or this. Actually, the wrong character. It's can't type. There we go. So this says anything but a right brace, or we can have a right brace followed by something else, I guess. So right brace followed by something that's not a greater than, right? And then I have to put the whole thing in parentheses. So we either have something that's not a right brace, or we have a right brace followed by something that's not a right angle bracket. And that repeats. That actually might work, although it feels real clumsy. Nope, it didn't. Didn't like it. I mean, it says it matches. The heck? It's brace soup, yeah. 1, 2. You can do a capture group inside the character class? Can you? I thought the square brackets are a character class. Matches a single character not present in the set. So I don't think you can do a capture group inside. I mean, this works. Why doesn't it like this? Unless it's a slightly different language. Maybe I just need to look at the manual then. So what's what I'm gonna do? Logos. Regex. Wait, what? There it is. Huh. No documentation for it? Maybe I just need to look at their grade level. Look at their handbook. Do they have one thing for regex? Here we go. Token and regex. For list of supported regex literals, read the common regular expressions section. Okay. I just realized that y'all can't see all of that. Like do this. Make this not as wide. Okay. It never allows to do backtracking. This means anytime bias read, it will never read read again. Logos parses regex is using regex syntax 082, whatever that is. Transforms high level. So non-greedy repetitions, matching as little as possible. Oh, it does not support that. You can't have dot star and dot plus because they'll potentially consume all the input. Can't have word boundaries, can't have anchors. Errors can still exist. Check the GitHub issues. No. I wonder if I'm running into that thing. Per kind. Don't know what that is. I don't know. Oh yeah, this might panic at the bottom of the page. Well, I mean, maybe it's too ambitious to do a multi-character delimiter. Maybe I have to like settle for what I had working, which was and or ampersand, right? Actually, wait. My test string didn't have the right thing in it the whole time. Was that it? Is it that I just didn't have my test case set up right? Oh, thank goodness it was my fault. It wasn't. It wasn't the logos. Okay, so it's failing because the span is not right. Wait, the span isn't right. Oh, the whole thing is the length of the whole thing 20 characters, not the interior. Yay! All right, so this ugly thing basically says any character but an end curly brace, or an end curly brace followed by a character that's not a greater than. So that makes it so that all of that 0 or more times followed by a curly brace followed by a greater than. Hey there, Buff Siegel. Oh, you're about to throw the book at me about regular expressions? Ugh. Okay, I'm happier. So I just need to get rid of my debug thing, right? Rid of that. So then I run my test case again, and it passes. And by the way, I should be able to do cargo next test. Oh, I don't have that installed. Cargo install next test? Or I didn't spell it right. What? Cargo next test. Yeah, I switched virtual machines, and I used to have this on the other one. I don't have it on the new one. We'll just let that go while I do some more stuff here. So passes through the lexer. So now it should open that again. This should now come out, and it should tell me that it's an unexpected script token when I run it. That's the window I usually run things from. So now I have to well, let's not repurpose a tab. Let's make a new tab. Hosted cargo run. Now we're waiting on the compiler to build two different things. So it should tell me that it's an unexpected script token, and then I just need to add a grammar rule to allow it to be accepted. And then we'll attach it to the node. Then we have to have a callback. Well, in the code that I run whenever you click on a data node, we'll see if that data node has a script, then we'll run it. And then we should see the hello world message that I put in there. Usually just build the crazy regex and regex 101. Yeah, so I ran into two issues. One is my own sloppiness. The other one was that the old expression we had in here, this works, but then we found out that dot asterisk isn't supported. They said it in their I closed it, but I had the manual open for logos, and they said they don't support dot star. Anyway, that should move over to there. Yes. Okay. Saying lexer error illegal token. Did I make the same mistake again about the... I did. That should be that, right? Oh, look, there we go. Script unexpected. Script unexpected. Okay, so now we need to teach it the syntax. Oh, and I want to see like cargo next test runs. Next test run? Guess it's got to do more building. Right, to teach it the syntax, we got to open the grammar rules. And I need to attach this to a parse node, right? So let's start with having it be ignored. So it's just an alternate way you can do I guess it would be... I added the then, which is optional span statements. I think the way I would fit this in is it would be between there. And we'll just have it ignored. So it's just not, we don't do anything with it. So I just need to define what an optional script is. Span stay. Where do I put this? Where's my, here it is. So pub op script is option it doesn't really matter, right? I'll need to have a type in my AST for this. Oh, actually, no, I don't. It's a string. We can actually put it in here. So it's either nothing, so it's none, or it is a script. So that is... I think I have to define it down here. Yes, like right here. And this oddity of the grammar is a lollipop thing. So you have to put this extra thing in there to make it like you're attaching a type to the token. So then I could say script up here in op script. I think. How does string work again? S. ID. Okay, so it's like script. Some script. Okay. I think that's right. Okay. Actually, I should have a unit test for this, shouldn't I? Yes. So, test for the parser. So, statement or parsing? Where am I looking? Statement, probably. Statement. So, in statement, there's probably it's just a ton of test cases. So, I'm looking for what? Wait. It's not even not giving. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong key. It's this now, right? Yeah. But two of my keys got swapped on me. So I was hoping it would show me all the test cases, but it doesn't look like it's capable of doing it. So I need to look for like I know, I'll just look for the then. Right. So around here. So it'll be a part with a script. What I'll call it. Ignore. Okay. Part with script. So we put them in as tokens. So it's bar baz, and then instead of left brace, it's script. We just put the string in here, right? So hello, or print hello. To string. I think then it has to end with a semi. It doesn't have a then clause. Yeah, like these. Or if it doesn't, if you can also have a combination of a then clause and a script, but I don't think I need to have a test case for that. That just replaces this whole thing. Okay. So then we would expect then to be empty, and this test case should pass now. As soon as it's done running Clippy. Why is it taking so long? I don't know. All my tests passed, so that's a good sign from before. Why is it taking so long? That window anymore? Okay. Run the unit test. Oh, I think it was taking a while because it was actually doing the parser generator. So that's good. We didn't have any like parser gen issues. Ooh, cool. And let me run all the tests again. So now it should be accepted by the compiler. We just throw it away. We don't have any place to put it. So if I run this, it should actually work, even though we have script in there. I have a script in there, it's just going to be ignored. My end delimiter was backwards. Yes, that whole time the end delimiter was backwards, and it was backwards multiple times. It was definitely backwards here, right? It was like, oh, it was like that, right? It should have been that, but the problem is I kept getting it backwards in the unit test too, and that was really confusing me. That window end up right here. Move it over there. R brace unexpected. Line 137. Wait. Oh, it's not handling multiple lines. Okay, so I need to have another test for that. I think I know why. I think we're eating new line characters early. Let's add another test case. This is, we'll call this one line. Can I put a dash in here? Maybe just a space, 1 line, 2 lines. So print hello, and then new line, world. So this should be preserved. Here. Escape the double quotes. So the whole thing, this -1 because that's escaped, so that's 38, so it'd be 37. I think that test case is going to fail. So yeah, so 1 passed, 1 failed. So the 1 line passed and the 2 lines failed, and it failed thinking that, actually it looks like it would have passed. Oh, because that's not a new line. Because it's inside of an R string, I have to do, how do I do a new line? Wait, is that a new line in an R string? Don't know. Do I have to like double escape it or something? I forget. Oh, that. What if I just don't make it an R string? I have to escape these double quotes is all. I think with an R string, I'd have to actually have a actual new line there. Okay, so that wasn't it because it actually does eat new lines just fine. So then what is the problem? R brace unexpected on line 137. Did I not rebuild it or something? Do I have the delimiter backwards again? R brace unexpected, line 137. First character. Wait, why is it saying column 1 into 2? It's saying that there's an unexpected right brace there. R brace unexpected. I don't get that at all. What if I just put this on 1 line for now? Because I'm thinking that might be causing the problem. Well, move this one out of the way. Wait. Oh, I need a semicolon there. It's off by 1. Duh. Okay, so then the problem was all along that I need a semicolon there. But it told me the wrong line number, I think. Line 137. Oh, it thinks this is 1 line. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. I didn't expect that to happen. But yeah, we have to actually advance a line for every embedded new line we find. So we got to count new lines and advance the line count for every one, right? Yes. How do I do that? It's like this special case where this line end is handled. Okay, we go to location tracker. We're going to tell it line end. But we're in the wrong. I don't want to look in root. Don't search. I just tell this don't search in root. Still searching in root. How do I tell it not to? I guess I could just close that. Okay, I need to figure that out. I think that's because that is a workspace folder, and this doesn't know how to handle that. Anyway, I need to disregard that. Okay, here. So, yeah, line end. Yes, it does this thing. So, column number is fine. It's just that, okay, so inside of, I guess actually I can just have a match here because if the output is a script, we can just count the new lines in there. And why don't I just have another method of the location tracker? Do I have a test for this? I don't think I do. Oh, actually I do. And we failed it, didn't we? Yes. So, right. That's in the expected output has location markers in it. So here, because there's a new line there, we should not end on 037. We should end on 118. And now the test will properly fail, right? And the test fails because the location's incorrect. Okay, good. So then now I need to fix it. So yeah, I think I'm going to do match here. And then do this. Goes to here. Why do I have a continue there? Break output. Oh, I know why. Because line end is supposed to be disposed of and not end up in the output. That is correct. We do want to continue. And then so there's the equivalent, right? Continues redundant. Oh yeah, we don't need the because it's implicitly continuing. Okay, let me make sure that didn't break anything but the one test that we have that fails. Yeah, so we have one failed test, and it's the one expected to fail. Good. All right, so then I'm just adding a special case here, right? So it's some okay script. And it doesn't really matter, right? Let me do it in a way that it just does break output. That should still work, right? Okay. Just fails the one test. So now, in addition to doing break output, we want to do, we actually want to look at this script. And that should be a string, right? Well, let me do, wait, we can't own, it's going to give me a borrow problem. Yeah, so I need to do like, what, borrow the script? How do I make this work? Like ref script? Yes. We want to get a reference to the script, not own it. It will be a reference. So that's the one place where the ref reserve works really well, because otherwise we'd end up owning the script, and then we can't break with the output. So with a temporary borrow of the inside of the output, namely the script, we have to basically just advance every character, right? So for C and for Karen, for C in the script, cares. Self.location tracker .next .advance. How's work? No. Bytes. It's gonna be C.length, right? Length in UTF-8. If it's a new line. It's new line self location tracker dot line. How does this work? What does line in want? A span. What? Byte number? What's byte number used for? I don't remember this. It's been too long. Okay, so if it's a was I here? If it's a line n, we take the whole span, which should just be a new line, right? The range for the current token, right? Okay, so it should just be a span of one character. It's gonna jump, so the jump will be 1. And then it goes past that. Byte number span in. What does that mean? So what byte number remembers where, oh, byte number remembers what byte it's on of the input. So it's always going to be span end, right? Then what is the advance? What should I put for advance here? So this is going to be, maybe I just need to tell line tracker, hey, like, track this. So something like self.location make a new method. Well, hold on. I feel like this is really close. I just don't know what to put for that span. And what's this problem with that? Oh, gonna be the new line character. That's 12 character. Is that right? New line. Not 12, is it? What is it? I can't remember. ASCII chart. Where are you? Not 12. It's octal 12, but it's decimal 10. Wait, how does it handle carriage return? Like, how are these spans formed anyway? What is this? What? We actually have. Oh, I see. We hold on. What did I call it? POS. That's the entire input, right? Yes. So it gets the entire input. Okay. So then I could just tell it to. I could just have it do something like next on the Yeah, it is interesting. Why did I call it? I guess it originally was the position in the input, but really it's the whole input slice. Do I advance it or something? Oh, I do advance it. Oh, okay, so it's not the whole input. It's advanced every time we call advance. So it is the position in the input. What and a byte number is only so that we can like print it out later, right? Oh no, it's to remember. I don't know. This is really bad. This is what happens when you write something and you come back to it a couple of years later and you're like, what the heck was I what was I thinking? Actually, I think I do want to just call advance, really, and let this take care of new lines, right? This compare. Oh, this is how we eat character turns. Okay, so then I think I would end up adding oh, this is if it's a multi-byte character. This bytes. Oh, this is only intended to be done for one character, I guess. Line points into the middle of a character. This is doing two things. It's eating character turns by not advancing the column number by one. And it's also checking to see if you jump into the middle of a character. I just don't see how exactly that works. I guess it depends on how this is called. So it's called from next and next token begin. Is called by next. Looks really weird. Map, output map or else into. The heck? I can't even read that. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, is that what output is a result of either an output or an error? Okay, so it's mapping the output to something else and the error to something else, but leveraging the into trait to do it. And it's really just attaching the start and the end, making a 3-element tuple. Okay. This is taking the input span, the range for a token, which is it's just U size to a U size. Right, token start, token end. So logos gives me this. Yes. Oh no, I set it here. Oh no, this is in their crate. So yeah, I don't set this. They set that on. They set it for me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think I actually want to do this. I think what I'm supposed to do is just, yeah, let me just undo this. Put it back to the way it was. Although actually I kind of like the way, I kind of like this because I don't need to continue. Maybe just keep it like that. So let's verify this still passes everything and just fails the one test. Yes. Okay. So then I think the way I'm supposed to do this is this next token begin end is not calling line end, it's just advancing. So it's this advance. So advanced just really needs to be a little bit smarter. Yes. Okay, so yeah, why don't I just build it into this? In fact, why did I have to have a special line end token anyway? Why couldn't I have just said match C? That's how I should have done new line. Single tick. See if C is not equal. Well, yes. Non-exhaustive patterns. I guess I have to just say, well, actually, then why don't I just say this? This does nothing. And then I don't need this at all. This just becomes underscore. Okay, and then the difference here is new line actually does something. It does self location line number plus equal 1. Self location column number equals 0. Didn't that just work? Or am I going to break a bunch of things? No, that just worked. Okay, so then do I even need this line end thing? Like, do I even need this? Maybe I don't even need that. Hold on a sec. My dog wants to be let out to go pee. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm thinking I don't need this line end. Like, can't we just treat it as white space? Oh, wait. We can't treat it as white space because I told logos to skip it. Oh no, that's for comments. Never mind. So we don't skip it. Oh, we skip this. Wait, then why? If I'm telling it to skip that, then how are we counting column numbers correctly? Oh, I know why. Because that's why we had this. That okay, I remember this now. I was wondering why I was doing this advanced twice. Where was it? Yeah, I have this advanced here. That's because we might have skipped some white space. So this accounts for the white space. So as long as advanced handles line numbers or new lines correctly, then I can just get rid of this line end. We don't need to do this. And we don't have to have a line end token. And we don't have to handle it specially here. So really, we just do output equals lexer next. Yeah, I don't need any of that other stuff. Then I don't need a line end function. And let's see if that still works, then that's great. No, broke a bunch of stuff. Illegal tokens. Oh, because line space is the white space is not being skipped. You need to just tell it to skip skip new lines in the output here. Yes. So we skip new lines 2. Otherwise, it's going to call the new line an illegal token. Hey, that worked. Okay, cool. So I simplified the lexer in the meantime. We don't have to have any of this line end garbage. That should be gone. Yeah. So it's like I don't know what you meant by line end that doesn't exist. Okay. So then try running the GUI this time, and it should work and get the correct error message. The line number should be 140. Hold on, I'll be right back. Gotta let the dog back in. I bet you didn't know that I was a butler for a dog. Hey, look, it said 140. Nice. I'll put a space there just to confirm that it should say now it's on column 2. Yep. And then, cool. All right, nice. So add the semicolon where it should be. Actually, you know what? I kind of think that we shouldn't need a semicolon there. So can I change this grammar to not need a semicolon? Where was it? It was like, it was this, right? So it's because op span statements is the one that has the semi rule. Problem is we have 2 optional things. So if we don't have either, then we end up with a semicolon. If we have a script then we have to have a semicolon, or we can have another brace with statements in it. So logically, the script goes first because the whole thing about the then is that it's like, then after you parse that, you do these things. So this does go after. I feel like the way to do this is to combine these. Like op script and or span statements. So let me just make a grammatical construct for that. Op script and or span statements. So I think what I want then is two things, right? So we could have nothing, in which case it's none and spec. We could have a script and then a semi, and then it's some script but an empty vector. Then we could have this, and it's a none and then a statements. And then we could also have both. The combination of these two, a script followed by span statements. I have to include the left brace. Script followed by left brace span statements. So then it's some script and statements. Okay, so let me try to put that in its place where op script was. So like it would go here. It's gotta be script and then, right? So can I do this? Script and then? So then let script then equal script and then. So if that works, I do not want a semicolon there. Oh, I should test it in my unit test, right? So my unit test will change. Actually, we'll see the unit test break, is what we'll see. Then I'll have to fix the unit test. It'll basically say that it should have, oh, wait, it can't build the parser because two non-terminals declare with the name op span statements. I must have copied something wrong. Oh, I did copy it twice. Why did I do that? So if that parser generator builds, test should break because it should say that the semicolon is unexpected, which is what I want. Yeah, the parser, right now it's doing that parser generator building, and that takes a while. It's a very large Rust file that it generates and then has to compile. It's like a million lines long. Are you a butler for your cat too? Not to go in and out because she's not allowed out, but she does demand that I pet her while she feeds. And I've been trying to train her out of it, but she's very stubborn about it. This is taking a long time to build. While it's going, let me do, actually, did it just finish? No. I was going to do a quick check of this. are not, our disk is not full yet. It's only using 1 core to build. That's unfortunate. We have more cores available that could use. We're just about using up all the memory though. I don't think I've ever seen it take this long to build. Oh, no, code and parser, do the parser generator. So we have this is what happens when you have conflicts in the grammar. Is it just like explodes with like, there are all these states we don't know how to shift. It's either reduce reduce or shift reduce. There'll always be this form like, we can reduce but we can also shift. Conflict detected. Ah. Okay. So then I have to like think more closely about this. I think the problem is that if we just got a script, actually, why is this a problem? Oh, this has to be semi, doesn't it? Yes. That's what it has to be. Otherwise, it's like it looks ahead and it could be anything. Yeah. That's what was wrong. And this is what I didn't want. So we have to know like if the token is not a brace. And I can't say like I can't eat the token. It can't look ahead one. I don't think. Actually, can Lollipop do a look ahead one? If it could, then that would fix that. I could use that. Book. Can we look ahead? I don't know. Do I need to search ahead? Look ahead. Forward. Why don't I just ask my AI overlord? Don't know why it took so long. In Lollipop, can you write a grammar rule that looks ahead 1 token without consuming it? Where's my AI mode? Not now. Can I? Here we go. Okay, there we go. So I can do a peek. Wait, what? The arrow operator? Well, that's what I've been. That's what you have to have. That it's tokens on the left and match output on the right. I didn't know about the self peek though. What's this term? Expect. Peek. Term. I don't know. I guess I'll look at their API reference. Peek. It's not coming up, so I'm thinking maybe it's hallucinating this. Oh wait, it's the lexer. Peek is a conceptual representation. You may need to implement data based on your specific setup. So I need to have lookup. It has to be that the lexer has to allow me to look ahead. So I guess I can't do that. Well, I think I'm just gonna give up. So I'm just gonna drop that. And it'll be a match none, which means that we have to have a semi if we don't have a then. So then we go back to doing script, op script, then span statements. Drop this one. So then my test rate actually passed because I gave up. But I have to put the semicolon back in the GIF format. So I have to remember if I have a script, I have to terminate it there. Oh, you know what? I just thought of a different way to do this. I thought of something. This could take the place of a semicolon. If we make that after the then statements. Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. It's sort of logically backwards, but I hope it's not going to barf. I didn't mess this up, did I? Oh, I did. Oh, that needs to be op span statements. So can I control C? Yeah. That needs to be op span statements, otherwise it will get stuck. Yeah, okay, that I guess it's a sign that if the parser step takes way too long, then we know that it's probably gonna barf. Alright. So yeah, so basically I would build it into op span statements as it could either be a semi or a script. And then sort of build it in. Problem is op span statements is used in a couple other places. And I don't want it for an ignore or a look ahead. Hold on, can I go back? I can undo though. Okay. I think this is salvageable. So, right. It would be script matches. So script alone matches that. But then I need script to go after this. So op. So script opt script. Delete that. So it'll basically get to here and it'll shift one in, right? Or it can look ahead one and it says, well, if the next one is a script, then it'll match the rule. Actually, I'm not sure if this will work. I should just give it a try and see. One final attempt to get rid of that semicolon. Okay, the fact that it's not getting past that step right away makes me nervous. Oh, it did. It made it past it. Okay. Okay, cool. So that it accepted that grammar. So that means the then statements have to be between the parse statement and the script. Yeah, that broke because it said the semicolon was unexpected. Right. Okay, so that means if this had the then statement, it would have to be first. So it would be like this. Then do other things. Statements. Now, am I okay with that syntax? I think I am because this is clearly belonging to the image data, not the inner statements. Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with it then. So actually, this is a good test. Well, that should actually run in the GUI now, as long as I get rid of the semicolon in time. There we go. Just gotta fix the unit test then, right? Get rid of the semicolon. Cool. So it works. And then just to test, I can do that also, and that should be fine. This should go away. Right, good. Okay. Then let me fix the test. So the test was back in statements. It was here that there should not be a semicolon. Okay, Clippy blocking my tests. Okay, there it goes. Cool. All right. Been a while, so let me new tab and okay, what happened to my shell? I don't know. Anyway, I need to send this out of the virtual machine. All right. Okay, so we have scripts now, but we're actually not attaching them to parse statements. This is going to be the annoying thing because parse statement, I think, can't be 3,792. Okay. I'm like, come on, it can't be that many. Did I do the right thing? Not. Find all references. Is it skipping? It's not finding it on that line. Why not? It's skipping the tests or something. Oh, do I have that in here? I might have it skipping tests. The 300, it can't be that many. Oh, we need to have it we need to have it include grammar.rs. Okay. Only 116 times. So these are all the places where I might have to make a change. I guess we'll see it. Another way to see it is to just make the change. So we need to make room for the script. Optional script to execute, or to associate with the component. Actually, the abstract syntax tree doesn't even really care that it's a script. It's just an optional string associated. But I will name it script because that's the intent. I'll say this is intended to be used not working because I'm hitting the wrong key. There we go. Wrap. Go. This is intended to be used in with automation to trigger. This is intended to be used trigger automation associated with the component when it is selected in certain contexts. That's what we'll say. See you, Stripe Monkey. Only going to be on for a little bit longer anyway. Okay, so but now that I made that change, now we have it broke it in 42 places. So I can ignore the ones in no, I can't ignore the ones in grammar. We need to fix that one. That should only be in a couple places here. Parse statement. Right, so here, I think I just put it directly in here, right? Script. And then here I have to say script is none. Here's this here. No scripts associated with ignores and lookaheads. Okay. I'm triggering a build so that the parser generator will run. So to reduce my error count, because a lot of the errors are going to be in that the generated grammar file. And we should be left with all places. Yeah, 23 places are the ones I actually have to hit. I don't know why it says 36, but it's only 23. Okay, so they're all going to be in my tests, right? So it's just going to be a tedious adding script none in a lot of places. So I'll add it once, put it in my clipboard, and just go down the list. Why does it say 56 now? Paste. Don't know why I didn't format there. That's scary. Is that because it's inside of a huge macro? Okay, I've overwhelmed its ability to reformat, so I have to carefully reformat myself. Right there. Little bit of tedium here. Probably what I should do, I'm not doing it now because I'm dumb, but I should make a helper that constructs a parse statement from minimal information or using a builder. And then I would not have to be updating all my tests. But I am not always smart and sometimes suffer from what is it called? Where like, yeah, sunken cost fallacy. That, oh, I've gotten halfway through these errors. I should just keep going. That's the sunken cost fallacy. but it just feels like it'd be more painful to stop midway through, undo all this stuff, and then totally restructure this to use some kind of builder pattern, and then it would end up creating more work, with the benefit of I would only need to do the work one more time ever. Okay, I shouldn't need to go into plugin though. If I go there and I hit save, yeah, it should automatically reparse that stuff. Okay, I'm assuming this is going to work now. Only it's going to fail the test I actually attached a script to. It's going to say, hey, you have a script now. Yep. So there's actually a script there attached to it, and my face is blocking it. Just do this. There's a script here now. So we got to account for that. Statement 841. Eight, 4, 1. Well, that didn't help. Which one is it? Well, I know which one it should be. Be part with script. This should be sum with the actual script from the test case in it. Print hello. Okay, so we got the script all the way into the output AST. So then the final thing is when we actually click on it, to actually see if there is a script, we would execute it. So where we click, that would be in data tree. Well, the lib.rs of data tree here. So we sense it inside of when we draw one of these. Oh, it would be in draw. There we go. Draw row column, I think. That's if you hover over it. What about when you click it? Maybe it's called after here. On call hierarchy. No, I think it is inside of here. So I'm looking for like a sense. Well, actually, this isn't sensing anything, is it? So maybe it is done outside of here. Oh, that's right. We don't. It doesn't care which column you click in, so it's going to be all the way back in draw row. Yeah. So here's probably where it cares that we clicked it. Still don't see it. Is it in draw row columns? No. I guess it's even before draw row. Oh, there's a scroll to. Oh, I think it's around here somewhere. Here it is. If we clicked it, here it is. Click on row. Click in rows. It probably figures out which row we clicked in. So the sensing is done separately from the drawing. Probably should clean that up at some point, because it goes through all this math again. Say, hey, did you click on something? You either what's this toggled? Oh, you either hit the plus button, or you didn't. So this toggled is the result if you click one of the plus or minus in the first column. Otherwise, the selected is if you hit the row in general. So really, I care about the second one. But yeah, it's this selected here. that goes back to here in the row selected, which goes back into, yeah. So if you hit this plus, it's the toggle. If you hit this, you're actually selecting the row. So let's see, is it row selected? Yes, here it is. If you selected a row, do on data row selected. This finds the data and it says we selected a data component. So then it's all the way back to the app here, handle selected data component. Okay, this is what I was looking for the whole time. So if we had some data, then if there's an origin associated with it, and it's in the one that we have shown on the, we have selected, then it goes and, oh no, it doesn't match. If its bitstream is not the one we selected, then we select it, and then we tell the GUI, the overlay to show it too. That's fine. Yes, so on data selected should be like doing more, right? It goes and it figures out the region of the data and it tells it select that in the bitstream. This isn't called by anyone else, is it? Okay, if you click on a byte, it selects it. Okay, and you might have selected more than one. So if you do select more than one, should we run the script for both of them? I don't think so, actually. I think it should be when you select the data component, not if you select a byte. So I'm going to do it here. So suppose we should do it last. So it would be if let some script equal data script. Wait, what's the type of data? It's a reference to the component. Well, oh shoot. We have to copy it from the AST to the component. Okay, so this we'll get back to this. It'll be something like as ref. And then it would be like self dot Lua if let some Lua is self Lua as ref. Then Lua dot load the script, then execute it. And then map the error to say something like executing. I've done this before, right? So I should probably just look for exec. Yeah. Oh, this is wrong. This is not. No, this is good. Never mind. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just passing it up. This one doesn't return an error though, so I think we do have to consume it by doing an error log message. Error executing script associated with data. How about error executing data script? So it's going to complain because it doesn't know what script is. So we're just going to comment this out. for the moment, and then I'm going to put a bookmark here. I can remember the right key sequence. There it goes. Bookmark. Okay, so again, with the test-driven development, in the ingestion, we expect to get this out if it's in the source, right? I think because it's in the AST, we can just borrow it. So it'll just be a slice with the same lifetime as the formats. Yeah, that'll work. So then tests and then statement? Parse, right? Or part. Here we go. Part tests. So aha. We're going to just copy the then statements because it's easy that way, because the syntax is very similar. So instead we're going to do test parse statement, test script. I think though I have test underscore in front of a lot of my tests, I think that's redundant because we're already in a module called tests, and it's already marked as a test. I think this is just one too many tests. But anyway, yeah. So yeah. So I'm just gonna reuse this test so that what do we say here? Or it doesn't really matter. New syntax, right? This becomes a script that we run. And then I decided that it would have to end. No, it doesn't have to end in a semicolon, right? Because that takes the place of a semicolon. So this is the script. So we'll just say print hello. Right. So we compile that. I don't care what I give it. So I don't know. This could be garbage. Who cares? Hold on a sec. It's about that time that I'm losing my voice. 2 hours, 43 minutes. It doesn't really matter what I give it, right? As long as I give it something. I don't care what the bits are. Ingest, borrow. I don't care about the value. What I guess I'll just reuse this. This is going to be a slice with this in it. And I expect to see that in foo dot value borrow dot no, it's not in the value. Foo dot script. I need to make this a match, don't I? Because this needs to be a sum, so assert matches. I think the way it works is you put the thing first and then the match, so it would be sum. Like that. And another parentheses. Right, so I don't care about any of this. This will not build because it doesn't know what script is. So we have to fix that. Let me make a bookmark there. Component. So we have to add script in here. This does not have a lifetime. I really don't want to have to duplicate that script everywhere. Actually, I'm going to have to duplicate it. You know, that's okay. These are going to be small strings anyway, right? Because really I'm going to put the bulk of the script in the script file separate, and these are just going to call functions in it, really. So yeah, I'm going to put it here, so, wherever it belongs. This needs to be sorted again, doesn't it? All iterations is just in the wrong spot. Otherwise, it would fit here, right? Script. This is a copy of the script associated with the parse statement used, associated with the statement used to parse this component. Keep hitting the wrong key. Hey there, Tower Strike. This is a copy of the script, if any. Associated with the statement used to parse this component. Now, do I use the word parse? I do. Parsed. I use the word statement. Do not. I think it's fine though, to introduce the word statement there. Yeah. Okay, so now that I've added that, I've caused 11 errors. That's fine. It's just probably in a bunch of places it's going to be it doesn't exist yet, so we just need to add it. So script is none. I think this is a little bit better behaved than parse statement was. I think, yeah, these are sort of the, we already have, like, they're not really builders, they're just different alternate constructors. And there aren't a whole lot of them, so I just need to go through and default this new field in all the constructors. And so now we just have 3 errors. The test, and then the match. Okay, so yeah, this, I guess I need to turn this into a string, right? Or I can do map as ref map s the borrow, or s as str. Or I can just do string as str. Should be okay with that. And it's telling me that I could have just said as dref, script as dref. Cool. One long run-on sentence. Think about switching back from C# to Rust for your runtime of your game. It really, it's all bike shit because the engine is platform dependent and the actual game is mod focused, so it can be written in any C ABI lang. If it's bike shedding, then it's fine if you don't have a schedule and it's something that you'll get the side effect of having fun or learning something. I think that's fine. Bike shedding really is only a problem when you have a schedule to meet. And it gets really annoying when other people are bike shedding and it's jeopardizing a group's deadline. But if that's not the case for you, I'd say go for it. If you have some positive side effects of doing it, why not, right? You just have to evaluate it. Are the benefits, do the benefits outweigh the cost? Ultimate goal is content creation. Yeah. Then maybe it's fine to bike shed. Some people, that's all they do, is they endlessly iterate on the same idea. And as long as they're having fun, or, you know, if their goal is just to have fun, then it doesn't matter that they never get to the end. Cool. So will my tests pass now? It is failing because the script does not match. Right. Because we made room for it, but we didn't make a copy of it. Right. Now, it would be nice to see what it actually is. It's probably in none. So I could refine the test to show me that, right? What happened to my other bookmark? Oh, I lost it because I changed the code. Anyway, we're happen to be here, so it's fine. Bookmark, please. There we go. Yeah, so what I can do is I can just break it down. Assert, I mean, fighting with my keyboard. Assert that whose script is some. And I bet that's the first failure because the script will be none. Yeah, so assertion failed that it is some, right? So that kind of narrows it down, so it's none. If it was something, then this match, like if we wanted to see what it actually was, we would have to print something, but I'm not sure how to do that. Maybe it doesn't matter so much. But yeah, ultimately it really comes down to we need to when we're done parsing, if S has a script, we need to copy it. So that is done in context, I think. Build part. I think this is it. So when we're building a part from a statement, if this parse statement contains a script, we just copy it to the output. I think that's all we need to do. So yeah, wouldn't I just put it in here? In fact, I can put it in here if this is only called in one spot. So final references. No, I call it more than one spot. I guess I'll make a new constructor. It's either that or a builder. I'll just make another one. So this will be new with format and script. New with format and script. We'll make it own it. We'll force the caller to clone it for us. And you know what I can do here is I can just say remove the none here, but then I can have one constructor call the other one. So this just calls self new with format and script format none. Okay, and then go back down to where we were calling that. Build, yeah, right here. So this would be new with format and script. And then some, well, it's not going to be some, it's going to be statement.script map clone. As ref. As ref map does nothing, use clone. Will do. If I hit the right character, then there we go. I'm fighting with my keyboard a lot tonight. Okay. Gotten super back into NeoVim. Oh, you know what I noticed? So I have a new VM tonight. You know what I noticed came with it? It's got Vim! Woohoo! It didn't come with VS Code, so I had to install that separate. In fact, I don't even see it on this list for some reason. But it does exist. We have it running there. Maybe if it's pinned, it doesn't show up here? Anyway. I have Vim too. I don't have NeoVim. But I was impressed that it just came with it. Okay, maybe I'm just easily impressed. Let's run the test again. So hopefully now it should pass. Did not pass. It's still none. Okay, so what did I do wrong? Probably go to the test and see what happened. Component with R. See, it should just take the component and parse it through. So here's the script we have it. Oh, I have it on the wrong component. It is on foo, not the UI, right? So I need to say that it is let x equal foo dot keyed children. I guess we can just panic. Well, hold on. Yeah, it looks like I have no qualms about panicking if it's not in there. I don't think I can do that, right? Maybe I can. That was it. Yeah, the script is associated with the x, not the foo. Okay, so it got further. So it is something, it just doesn't match. So that makes me want to actually print it. So what I'll do is I will dbg this. Can I not? Do I have to put it here? Yes, I have to do that all the way around the dref. There we go. Oh, we got all the new lines around it. Okay, so I don't really care about the new lines. So what I'm gonna do is do a map here. Map str trim. Because I don't care. Let's just trim the white space around it. And it passes. Yay. Okay, cool. So then the last step for tonight would be we actually execute the script. So that's in the UI, so I don't need a test for that. So then back to the UI we go. Should have kept a marker for that, right? But I kind of remember where it was. Actually, it's up here still, right? Here it is. I do have a marker. Why does it not show up here? It does, I'm blind. Okay, so anyway, I should be able to just uncomment this out now. And it's going to tell me that I can combine lines, right? Yep. Oh, there is an error? Oh, right. This should be rewritten as if let error e equal that instead of a map. And then saying, oh, you can combine that too. So if there's some script and we have the Lua interpreter and we get an error trying to load that script and executing it, then print an error. Okay, now that that's done, finally now I should be able to get it executed, the script that I embedded in there. So it should print hello world, this greeting came from Lua. I think that works. I'll call it a night. What I do want to do next on Friday is I want to define some variables for the script so that like it has access to the thing it just parsed or the thing that you just selected so that it can do something like that. Okay, so if I click on the image, oh, unexpected symbol. No, oh, that's right. Lua comments aren't // are they? Well, I guess it probably printed something then, right? This should move over to the other workspace. The wrong one. This. It didn't print it. I be disappointed. Oh, it didn't print it because it needs to compile it, and it can't compile it because there's a syntax error. Right, so let's fix the syntax error. So in Lua, a comment is dash dash. That should reload. And when I click, oh, look at that. Hello world, this is a greeting from Lua. So that worked. Every time I click on that, it's gonna do that, which is fine. I don't mind. Cool. Right, let me save this. So yeah, the next step again is now we have it so that when we click this node in the output, it actually runs this script. So I want to actually get, there's several steps here. I need to get the ability, I need to add a detail window. I need to integrate the image viewer and allow you to add that to the detail window. And we also need to give the image viewer what it needs. And that was in this view.lua. There's a bunch of stuff we need to do. So given an image, we have to get its descriptor, width and height, the image data. We have to recover the color table somehow, and then we pass it all to the image viewer when we make it. So, and along with a callback to be called when a label is needed for a pixel. So that's a bunch of stuff. The color table is going to be the hardest thing because the way we're doing it now is we're assuming it's in the global color table. In the real parser, if we click an arbitrary image, it might have a local color table. So we have to like look and see, hey, does the image have a local color table? If not, go back and look for the global color table. And the way this is written, like, if I click on the image data, it actually has to go back out a little ways, right? Because it's inside a graphic rendering block, and the graphic rendering block is the one that is in the data array, and then the data before the rendering block is the control extension, and the control extension is the one that might have actually no, it's not the control extension, is it? Oh, here it is. So from image data, we have to go to its parent and then down. And I don't think I have a way to navigate from a node to its parent. So we might end up having to pass like the entire ancestor hierarchy of what you clicked on. And then it'll have to, like, with that vector, it'll have to go back one in the vector and then see, hey, is there a color table? And if not, it'll have to keep going up until it finds the GCT, which is inside the logical screen, right? Which is right here when there's a global color table. And then we also have to decide what to do if there is no global color table. I think there's some like default. Color table. Like what happens if there is no global color? What is there a default color table? It's possible for a data stream to contain numerous graphics without a color table at all. For this reason, it's recommended that the decoder save the last global color table used until another one is encountered. Yeah, but I wonder what happens if you don't have one at all. Maybe it's considered an error. Although this says you can have a stream, which is the same as a synonym for file. That doesn't have one, and you're supposed to use the one from the previous stream. I don't know. Let me ask Duck AI. Is it legal for a GIF to lack a color table? Typically required for the image to display correctly. It uses a palette-based approach. It must include a color table if it uses index color. Well, it's all not if. GIF is always index color. May not display properly at all. It misinterpreted the word legal. That's fine. What happens if you try to display decoder display a GIF that doesn't have any color table in it? Several issues arise. No colors rendered. Gray or black. No reference. So there is no global reference, I guess. So I guess we could just make it black as a default. And then yes, that's the other thing I was thinking, like rather than like searching for the color table by going finding this in the logical screen, we could just have, when you parse the logical screen, we could just copy that color table out to some global state, and then that always pass it to data, and then like data would pass it to the rendering block, and that way it would be like current color table, and then we would just have it available as a local variable to image data. We would just actually pass it here. We could just say color table, and then I don't need to actually have the hierarchy at all, because we would be given this node, and we can ask the node to, we could index into color table, and we just have it, right? I would need to either go up or pass down the image descriptor. So I could make it convenient. I could just do this. We could pass the descriptor too. So those are the things to figure out. Don't know if I changed anything since I last ran, but all the tests are passing. I changed the GIF format. Did I? I think it's just the timestamp changed. Okay. I think I'm just going to end the stream, so I'll be back in a couple days. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening or day. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.